Okay, so you guys heard Bill Pipes yesterday say there's 3 or 4 things that you are going to take away from this weekend. I truly believe that this will be one of them. What I'm going to go over with you absolutely works, and we see it work every single day. First of all, raise of hands, who in here does commercial transactions? Beautiful. Who is a commercial eXp commercial agent? Stand up. Okay. Everybody take a look at who is standing up. These are your partners moving forward. Pay attention to that. For those of you that did not raise your hand and did not stand up, that is the last time you get to fail to answer that question affirmatively. Moving forward, anytime anybody asks you if you handle commercial real estate, the answer will be absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. So my name is Paul Frank. I am here to talk to you about expanding your business in commercial real estate. I am going to give you, oops, that's early. I'm going to give you a little bit of my background real quick. I am the president, CEO of the PDF group of companies. I've been a commercial real estate developer and broker for about 40 years. Over my career, I have developed and brokered hundreds of millions of square feet of real estate covering every product class throughout the United States and internationally. Aside from my professional experience, I've been an athlete and a coach most of my life. Coached over 25 years at the youth, high school, and collegiate level. Also been a business coach and mentor. That's why you'll hear people refer to me as Coach or Coach Frank. It's not some title I gave myself for marketing purposes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But that experience has given me what Coach Dungy, for those of you that know who that is, has given me what he calls an uncommon perspective. And that perspective has come through a lot of lessons and a lot of cost. But there are 2 lessons, 2 truths really, that I want to share with all of you that are vitally important to everybody at eXp. And the first truth is this: over my career, I discovered that there's one thing that nearly every single person that I have ever dealt with in commercial real estate at any level, any capacity, has in common. And that is that they live in a house. And by virtue of that commonality, they have something else in common that's even more important to all of you. They have a relationship with you. They have a relationship with a residential realtor. And if you think this doesn't apply to you, you are absolutely wrong. I don't care if you've been in the business for 2 days or 50 years, as we'll see in a minute. Everybody has commercial relationships. And those realtor relationships are much more personal, much more intimate than what we achieve on the commercial side, and that's an enormous advantage. You get invited to the weddings and the baby showers, we don't. The problem is y'all have blinders on. You are focused on finding that 4-3 or selling that 4-3 for your clients. Nothing else makes the radar screen. It's like you're looking through the scope on a rifle at that target and you have no what I call peripheral deal vision. So it's my hope that we can help you take those blinders off and take advantage of the opportunities that are literally around you every single day. Write this down. CRE, commercial real estate, is not more complicated, it's just different. Despite what the egos in this business will try to convince you of, CRE is not more complicated. In fact, I'm confident all of you are capable of handling commercial deals. I'm equally confident that I would be in way more trouble trying to handle a residential deal. There is a reason that I have never sold a house in my life, and it's not because it's more complicated. All those MLS rules and disclosures, they scare the hell out of me. But even though I have told you you are capable of doing commercial deals, and even if you have successfully figured it out in the past, you absolutely do not want to do it on your own. Whole bunch of reasons. I could give you horror stories for an hour up here. I'm going to focus on 3. Number 1, distraction. Commercial opportunities will come to you through your residential relationships, through your core business residential real estate. And the minute that you are distracted by trying to covet and figure out how to handle this commercial deal, there will be a price for that distraction, and many times it is absolutely devastating. Number 2, CRE tools. Short version, if you are using MLS or LoopNet to try to compete with me, you are going to get your butt handed to you and you won't even know what happened. Number 3, and this is big, liability. Residential real estate, if you screw up, your exposure is thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. Commercial real estate, it is completely different, and the law assumes that everybody involved in commercial real estate is an expert. We do not have the disclosures that you have that protect both the client and the agent. And I'm going to give you an example of this. I consulted on a legal case down in Los Angeles. Beverly Hills agent, super successful, decided to represent one of his best clients in the leasing of a retail furniture location. Literally a box to sell couches out of, seemingly an easy deal. This agent objectively did not know the difference between a single net, double net, triple net, modified gross, full service lease, and every iteration in between. The lease was signed and the client took possession of the property, only to find out that in addition to base rent, he owed $17,250 a month for 10 years for triple net reimbursement, property tax, insurance, common area, and maintenance. That's $17,250 a month for 120 months plus escalations, well over a $2 million liability. And the cherry on top was, unbeknownst to him, he was also responsible for the maintenance, repair, and replacement of the roof and HVAC system. What I can tell you is that mistakes like that are career-ending and life-changing, especially if your E&O and your ICA don't allow you or cover you to handle those transactions. So before I show you what you want to do, I want you to consider my why. Why am I here? Because Brent asked me to talk to you guys. As I said, I'm a coach at heart. It is in my DNA to help people, somewhat of a problem at times. But I am literally here to help you if you are willing to be helped. Don't get me wrong, if we work together, if you work with my team, that is great for everybody, but I am here to help you guys. In fact, Brent likes it when I tell this story. I'm often, from sports and coaching, I'm always asked how I define success, and my answer has always been the same, especially since my dad passed away in the 90s. I define success as how many people show up to your funeral and what they have to say, because that is a true indication of what you did with the time God gave you here and the lives that you touched. So for those of you that listen to what we're talking about here, I am confident some of you are going to have something nice to say about me at my funeral one day, hopefully later than sooner. So if you scan this, usually I go through the 6 steps. I can set, there's no paywall. I don't got anything to sell you. I have no coaching program, nothing like that. I'll send you the video on the 6 steps to expanding your business. They are simple, but they literally work every single day, multiple times a day. What we have done with eXp agents, and I just got 2 more referrals yesterday from Keller Williams agents. It is unbelievable once you start to realize that all of your clients have commercial needs. So examples, you guys know Tom Daves? So Tom Daves, I never sold a house, so I don't understand this stuff, but #1 agent on the planet for like 7 years in a row. He was at a talk I gave at Brent's. He was front row taking copious notes as the greats do. And this is the 50-year story. 2 days later, for the first time in his 50-year career, he goes to a listing appointment after hearing me talk. He gets the listing signed, and he asks this question again for first time in his career. Do you have any commercial real estate needs I can help you with? And the client responded, well, Tom, actually we do. We're thinking about selling one of our industrial buildings. Do you handle commercial real estate? To which Tom said, absolutely we do. My team and I do a bunch of CRE. Why don't you get me the address? We'll get our thoughts and we'll get back to you. 3 weeks later, we had that property listed and sold, and Tom got a referral check for about $24,000. So here's the math on that for you to think about. He asked the question 30 seconds, which isn't even accurate. He connected me by text 30 seconds, which it didn't take that long. And then he submitted the referral form on our portal 2 minutes. Total investment, 180 seconds, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, $24,000, hourly equivalent, $480,000 an hour. And he was that one question, that one connection, and he was off to the next one. And talk about motivated. He has sent us so much stuff, it's unbelievable. So I want you to seriously consider this. As far as a differentiator for eXp, there's all those other companies out there. There is no other company that has anything like eXp from the commercial side. For agent attraction and agent retention, if you show agents how to expand their business in commercial real estate with little to no distraction, they will come to you and they will not leave. And the big one, eXp co-sponsoring. I'm on probably 4 or 5 calls a week because my story is I had my own brokerage for 35 years. I am the poster child for not buying into this crap. So when people send their commercial agents that they have been working on, I'm the one that gets them over the top. Now, with all of these commercial agents, you have somebody that you can work with to co-sponsor. You get any degree of attraction, I suggest you find one of these guys or gals and use them instead of giving them misleading or secondhand information. So what can you refer? Anything, anywhere. Literally, anything there is no deal too big, too complicated that we cannot handle. Any of our commercial agents, I would argue that this brokerage has the biggest, the largest, the most robust commercial roster of any brokerage like this on the planet, and they are at your fingertips. So there is that QR code again. I also have a weekly, what we call EYB, Expand Your Business in Commercial Real Estate podcast, mostly residential agents on that one, Wednesday at 11 a.m. PST. But if you scan that, we can get that to you. I also have some 6-class series, again, don't charge for anything, that goes over the basics of commercial real estate. And I would argue if those 6 classes, if you have a base understanding of that, you'll actually be ahead of a lot of people that make a living in commercial real estate. And that is it. Anybody got any questions for me? All the states? What was that? Yes, all 50 states. Yeah, I'm licensed in a whole bunch of states, but we have agents all over the country. So jump into Workplace, fish for those leads, and you can place them in there. Yes, sir. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you.
You said this before, but I'd love for you to expand on it. That the differences, it seems like within commercial, there's so many niches. There's industrial, there's retail
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a contrarian on this. So I'm not big on, and Tom's looking at me like, what are you talking about? The old guys that have been in the business a long time, the globals, as I call them, and this is important to understand. CBRE, Cushman, Colliers, Newmark, they isolate their agents by geography, deal structure, and property type. And that's what they use to control their agents. That's like you can only sell 4 threes on the, what would that, west side of 65, and you can't sell one on the east side. I mean, it's just insane. They're all boxes. I don't care if people live in them, if they make widgets or they sell widgets or it's office space where they figure out how to make money doing both. They're all boxes that make money, and any commercial agent should be able to transact those for you. So, but there are people that specialize. Yes, Tom.
So I used to be one of those guys as well.
Yes.
Basically, if we know somebody who's best at a specific niche somewhere, we'll get in touch with that person. But we'll still stay involved, make sure it's shepherded.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's key. That's part of my six steps. What we do, because you can't buy a book, like you go get Anthony Schools or you get your real estate license or however the heck you did it. They don't teach you about commercial, and there's no book that's going to teach you. I know kids that have masters in real estate, and they just don't teach you how to do this stuff. You got to stub your toe and run into walls and stuff. So when we get referrals, we bring the agent along for the ride. That's how you learn the vernacular and the flow of the deal. And above all else, that's how, and I go into it in the 6 steps, that's how you're assured that your referral is being taken care of. Because at the end of the day, you have the most at risk. If I screw that up, they don't care who I am. You're the one that, I'm your guy. Yep.
Along with that, you gave the example of a guy and he screwed up the lease and could be career ending.
It was.
I would want to be involved, like you said, just to learn, but I wouldn't want to be at the helm because I have no idea what I'm doing. So it sounds like, pardon me, I get the referral, hey Paul, here's the deal, can we work this together? You're in the driver's seat, I'm in the passenger seat, learning as we go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm big on team speak, so everything we do is we, not me. And you know, we leverage that relationship and make sure that the residential agent is in the mix. I can't speak to everybody, but I definitely coach that and advocate for that for sure. Anybody else got anything? Yes, sir. Repeat that for me real quick.
So I have a team of agents, and you're saying I could have them ask the magic question with every client?
Yes. Every residential agent at every interaction with every client should be asking that question. It's like fishing and you're allowed to have 2 poles in the water and you only have 1. It's kind of stupid.
Sounds like a trot line to me. So anyway, I have a very large sphere of influence, the database, about 4,000 clients. So I could work that with this as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And even, I got less than 2 minutes, even cold calling, the traditional cold call for residential realtors, hey, you want to sell your house? I mean, adding that to the script, if they don't want to sell their house, you'd be surprised how many people that actually live in houses have investment properties or businesses or need some type of commercial. So to add that question to it just increases your chances and makes you a little sexier. Anybody else? So, and my phone number, as Brent will attest, and some of you in here, I'm easy to find and happy to help. If you have any questions, if you have a commercial agent you're trying to attract and get over the hump, reach out. I'm all in with this eXp thing. Been here 3.5 years and looking forward to working with you guys. So reach out if you have any questions. Appreciate your time. Good luck. God bless.